Hey guys, so welcome to the first video, and this is what I would like to call my very first impression. And yeah, so basically what I'm going to do right now is basically to say my first impression of the first episode of a certain anime, and maybe by the end of the 12 episodes I'll maybe give my full analysis about it, any interesting things, any questions I have, and maybe see where I can go with there. And if you guys want, you guys can throw in a couple of pointers if you want. You know, just in case. Maybe you guys want me to talk about something else. Maybe you guys want me to do a little bit of a research. But yeah, you can go ahead and you guys can go ahead and drop whatever suggestions right down. You know where. And yeah. So, anyways, one of the animes that I have been trying to get around is Girls Last Tour, which is whose episode just came out. And basically, the Japanese name is Shoujo Sumatsu Ryoko. Ah, fuck, hang on a second. You guys understand, little guy needs to take a leak. Anyhow, basically, it starts off in a bit of a half and half. It's half lighthearted and half dark. Half dark because it takes place in a world where basically it looks like the biggest war hit and it pretty much wiped out all of humanity. For all we know, these two girls are perhaps the only human beings remaining. And thus, they have to fend for themselves. But also lighthearted because it does have a couple of hilarious moments. It does make a couple of tone shifts, where it basically goes from dark to lighthearted pretty quickly. But it does it in a way where it's not really that jarring. And granted, being someone who hasn't really experienced those situations, but has experienced similar situations, it's kind of understandable how they can just, make that tone shift. It's sort of a survival mechanism meant to sort of retain a little bit of your sanity. Anyhow, so in the first episode, we see these girls just basically riding in what I think is called a Panzerbike. I think that's a Kettenkrad. Yeah, I don't know German, okay? And basically, they're just riding through what looks like a rundown factory, an underground factory, and they're trying to get the heck out of there because if they don't get the heck out of there, they're probably not going to find any food, and their Kettenkrad is probably going to run out of fuel. Now it sounds weird. The word Kettenkrad sounds weird. Doesn't it sound weird to you? Anyways, they finally make it out, and they start finding literally an entire wasteland full of old tanks, old planes, and they even find what I could only assume is a Gewehr 98. Why 98? I'll have to ask Hickok about that one, but yeah, that's what I assumed. Anyways, it does get into a little bit of a dark moment when they do find some rations, and they are just starving the heck out, and they find a pack of 5 snacks. And one of the girls, I'm pretty sure she was just screwing around, decides to just take it and just point the gun at the other, and just ends up eating it anyways. But I don't think she was really being that serious. But it does kind of hint out that kind of how this whole mess started. And if you think about it in the real world context, I mean, with the way the political landscape is, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that is how the world ended. So, yeah, so it does kind of offer a little bit of interesting. However, there is a bit of a contrast in terms of characters. Like, the background is all completely realistic. And it uses CGI pretty heavily. But the characters themselves are pretty deep. Chito and Yuri are pretty chibified. In fact, I'm actually looking right now at their costume design. It looks like it's sort of a hybrid between both the old British World War II combat uniforms and the old German combat uniforms. So it might look like. So far, I think I'm going to go through with this whole anime. It looks pretty interesting. I think I might actually finish it, but I want to see what you guys think. Do you think I should complete this show? Because I personally think I should go through with it. So, anyways, just subscribe. Let's see what else we got showing up, and maybe I'll actually do a review, and maybe by then I'll actually have a better camera because right now I'm recording from a phone. So, see you guys later.